because yesterday there was a snafu with where she was, where we were. Nobody's fault, but Stacy Causey wasn't able to be here yesterday. She was here, but she wasn't here. But she's here with us now. Stacy, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. Thank you for letting me come back.
Oh, we had to have we wanted to, and then now here comes my rain-drenched, lovely wife in the studio as well. We wanted to have you back because you had put out a call.
Yes.
To the citizens of Marion County.
That's right.
What do y'all want to hear about on our bi-weekly, because you do it twice a month?
We do.
Stops on the radio. What would you like to talk about?
And people actually answered.
They responded.
They did.
And I know I'm on the litter task force.
Yes.
I'm one of the members of the litter task force. And before the litter task force started, there was a question put out by the Public Information Office.
That's right.
About the concerns of where litter was and everything. And then all of those were put into a file for us to see as litter task force. It was printed out for us.
That's right.
It's 27 pages. It was a lot of people called in.
Yes.
Concerned about litter. So I'm not surprised when you put it out there that people called in, because they interact well with you guys at the government offices.
Well, yeah. Well, some people remind me, they do pay our salary. We also pay our salary.
We are your boss.
Yes. But
you're your own boss, by the way. You know that, right?
Yes. That is secondary. We want to provide the information that they actually want to know about. And there are some things that when you work in a situation, you see it every day, it's commonplace. So we may know things that are part of what the public actually really wants to know, and we want to be reminded that we need to answer those questions as well. So yeah, we're going to put that question out there.
Well, let's get into it. Before we do, though, let's start with some good news.
Right.
Again, the numbers are plummeting with COVID-19 in Marion County.
Exactly. We maintain a below 5% positivity rate, actually at 4.4.
And remember, it was all about a year ago. We need to be below 10%.
That's right. That's right. We're down a whole nearly 5% just from week to week. And that's awesome news. Florida maintains 3.0. So we're
a little higher than the state average, but still way low.
Right. Yeah.
Still way low. Thank you, President DeSantis of the United States of Florida.
Oh, goodness.
Well, I just build a wall, just make the state of Florida its own country.
I have heard that.
The 5 county commissioners can now be the state legislature for the state of Marion.
The state of Marion. There we are. I do want to make sure that people who are still interested in being tested and vaccinated can get information from the Florida Department of Health's location in Marion County. Their number, 352-644-2590, or online, covidtestfl.org.
So you can still go get tested for there. All right, let's talk about what people called in about. One of the things they wanted to know is growth in our community, because depending on who you talk to, either 100 people or 150 people a week move to our area. You see construction everywhere. You see warehouses going up. You see, although unrelated to this, there's a candidate that thinks it was a waste of taxpayer money for all this kind of advancement in the 489 project and everything. But you see all kind of advancements. Plus you see housing projects, affordable housing, townhomes, apartments, single-family dwellings going up everywhere.
Right.
So talk about our growth right now, where we're at.
Sure. We've, I don't know if you've noticed, but yes, we are growing. Since 2010, the census kind of counted our population at 331,000. We knew we were a little bit above that. But in just 10 years, we've increased 44,000. So now our official census count is 375,908.
So in 10 years, we've increased 44,000. So that's quick math, 4,400 a year.
That's a lot of people, and we need the infrastructure.
Yeah.
We don't need traffic to just get worse.
No.
So that's why, yes, you do see road crews. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but you do see road crews. You do see more affordable housing. We have more people, and we need to make sure that they can maintain wherever they live, and not just afford it on the front, but also stay in the house that they pick.
And all this is directly related to the efforts the county's done, the municipalities have done in association with groups like the CEP
and the nonprofits.
Yes. bringing business and new industry and diversified industry into Marion County.
And we're meeting, we have a very tall order set for our county administrator to be an example for Florida as how a county should work. And that's a tall task, but we are continuing to just make the right decisions at the top level and put it through efficiently and effectively at line work.
By the way, kudos to our county administrator, because unless you know Monier, you would have no idea that he exists, because he's like a very good referee.
He
A
is.
good referee, you never know is in the game.
Right.
They're
the
just
game
there.
continues.
The game
Yes.
continues. Monier is a great administrator because he does a great job. He gets all of you in good places and everything, but he lets you guys do your job. He's amazing.
Yes, he
He
is.
really is.
And I'm not just saying that.
He really is amazing, and I'm not just saying that because I see him at church every Sunday.
Oh,
and he does say hello to me every Sunday. So,
awesome.
you know,
Yeah, he's
Let-
a personable fellow.
he is great. Let's talk about how our penny sales tax is working for us.
Sure.
Because people voted that in.
They did.
Then they re-voted it in.
That's right. That's right. We've had 2 go-arounds. Now, the penny sales tax, for me, the biggest fact that I love is the penny sales tax provides the county revenues outside of the general fund.
Right.
Outside of property taxes. These are things that we can get done that have been on the list, and whether or not they're backlogged, but they've been on the list.
That we neglected in the economic downturn
Correct.
from 2008 through 2016-17.
It's time to get working.
100%. And by the way, if you want a very, very good illustration of it, drive down 326 between 225A and Highway 27.
That's
Because
right.
that used to be a pothole minefield where you could hit something and literally throw you off the road.
It
was so bad.
Right. And it was even as high as it was on the list, we couldn't get to
There.
it with
And
the
it was,
revenue.
I mean, it literally, there were car wrecks that happened because people hit bumps and potholes and stuff that threw their car off the roadway.
Well,
And it's fixed. 475B.
people love that.
It's an amazing road now.
It's so
It
beautiful.
used to be garbage,
Well,
and it's amazing now.
and now you get to actually enjoy the canopy.
And there's a sign that says, your penny sales tax at work.
Correct. Yep.
Big picture of Abraham Lincoln on the penny right there. So those are just 2 examples.
Yes, sir.
But we're doing another improvement that we knew was going to have to happen because the
Yes.
World Equestrian Center was coming, the development of people moving west of 200 and everything. We knew this was going to have to happen.
Right. And we also want to be sure that we maintain adequate road systems and intersections for the Commerce Park, the Florida Crossroads Commerce Park down
Right.
there.
So we're talking about Northwest and Southwest 80th Avenue Corridor project.
Yes, sir. Penny sales tax project, and it's a beautiful one. So what we're doing is it's about 10.5 miles south of Highway 200, and it's running into a future I-75 exit just north of Ocala.
Right.
So it's a brand new 4-lane north-south roadway.
And it's going to be, the exit it's going to run into is going to, that exit's going to alleviate problems on 326 and 27 because that exit's going to be right at the 489 project.
It's going
right at
to-
FedEx and all that area.
The traffic flow in affected areas there's a whole list. It's even going to affect on top of the world. It's going to make that
Yeah.
residential community. And then parts of Ocala, it's just going to make sure that the traffic that doesn't need to go straight into town or straight into those residential communities has a route to go.
Let's talk about the Southeast 49th Street to 180th Avenue work that's going
Yeah.
on.
So that's near Electra. Along Southeast 49th Street, we're between Highway 314A and Southeast 103rd Avenue Road. It's an overlay project, which means fixing potholes.
Yeah.
We love those. And it seems it's only about 4 miles, which doesn't seem that long, but
But it still takes a while.
it does. And that's another thing I wanted to make sure of and to come back after we mentioned the next roadway project. But there are crews in the roadway, and I want to make sure to promote alert driving before we end here. So if you don't.
Oh, yeah, we'll definitely, because I want to come back to a story that tugs at your heartstrings that happened 2 days ago
Yes, sir.
on a stretch of road in Reddick that we need to talk about.
Yes, sir.
Because that is in the county. So then we got Southeast 59th Street. Now, this is near Shady Hill Elementary.
Mm-hmm.
This 2-mile stretch of road is horrendous.
Well, for a little while longer.
Right, but
Already
we're working
better.
on it.
Yes, sir.
You're fixing it right now. Go ahead
We
and talk
are.
about that.
So that little itty bitty 2-lane road has hardly any shoulder to work in. So our crews
Hardly. It has
big-
none.
Okay, I was trying to be nice.
They're going to have to go to single lane road to do this.
They are, and I just want to maintain that people stay alert and stay off your phones while you're driving. There are tons of driveways, few curbs in there. There's lots of places for you not to see our crews, and those are our neighbors that work on those crews, making these roads better.
Yeah, it certainly is. So make sure you're paying attention, folks.
Yes, sir.
In these work areas. That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying.
So before we go off of roadways, I do want to say I'm not sure of the common knowledge of this, and this is something that we would love to hear feedback on. But traffic signals and stop signs or roadway signs are considered a public safety hazard.
Yes.
So if they're not working, we need to know, and we need to get them fixed. So we try to route callers to our Office of the County Engineer during business hours. We have a deck of awesome people that will take your intersection information down. It's 352-671-8686. Or after hours, call the non-emergency line for the sheriff's office. This is important. This is a safety hazard. So their number is 352-732-9111.
You got to remember a lot of numbers.
I do, and that's okay because people can ask me and I can give it to you.
So, something I'm a part of,
Yes.
the Marion County Litter Task Force.
Yes.
We had our second overall meeting last week.
Yeah, y'all are making some great
I
progress.
mean, I'm amazed at how far advanced we are.
Well-
I expected bureaucracy and red tape. Our chairman of that committee, Beth McCall, she's having none of that. She's having none of it.
Well, and that's specifically, she was asked specifically, we do want to make sure that the entire community is involved, and you see how quickly it runs when we get the nonprofits and even the for-profits that are affected with this task force involved.
And we got people from nonprofits, for-profits, fish and wildlife, all kind of law enforcement. We got the state attorneys involved.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he made a presentation the other day. I can't go into it, but he made a presentation the other day. I was like, this guy is on the ball.
He is. He is. He's phenomenal.
He
I'm really
really
glad he's
is.
in our circuit.
Really is. And it's all being pushed by all the county commissioners,
Yes.
but spearheaded by Commissioner Curry.
Yes, sir.
He's really excited and ready to clean up Marion.
He is, and he's got the right people in mind to get this plan going, and we're super excited. The litter prevention, education, and community outreach are the focuses of the litter task force, and they have been such a predominant portion of what you guys have just made happen in a month.
And if you want to be a part of it as a community member, you can come December 6th.
Yes.
It'll be at the gross service. Actually, we've moved that, I believe.
It may
I believe
have moved
that moved.
because we keep having more people. So
I believe
we
we
want
moved it to
accommodate.
I believe we moved it to a library.
I think it
at
is the library headquarters.
Yes, we moved it to the library headquarters.
And we will have that. I think we already do, but we will have that new location to.
Yeah, it's already
acquire
out
more
there.
people.
It's already out there. And
Yeah.
it's December 6th at 2 p.m.
Yes.
No, excuse me, 4
Well,
p.m.
yes.
4 p.m. It's December 6th at 4 p.m. Look, my subcommittee meets at 2 p.m. So
Right.
I look, see, there's my keeper of the calendar over there. She tells me every day, she goes, okay, here's what you need to do, here's what you need to do, here's what you need to
That's
do.
excellent to have.
So, but
Are you available?
We encourage any member of the community
Yes, sir.
that wants to come out, see what we're doing with the litter task force, and be a part of it.
Get
Give your
involved.
comment, public comment.
Yes.
We take public comment and everything at these meetings. Please come get involved. We may not know a stretch of road where somebody's using it as their personal garbage can
Right.
that you know about. We need to know about that. Please come to these meetings
Yeah.
and tell us as a community member.
It's only 1,600 square
Yeah.
miles?
It's only bigger than the state of Rhode Island. That's all.
Yes, sir.
We
Sure is.
we're only as good as the community that helps us out as a litter task force.
That's right.
We really are. This is something very near and dear to me because I'm like Bob Barker. I'm an animal lover who believes the best way to love an animal is have it spayed or neutered.
It is.
It really is. And so the big fix, we did it once. Now we're coming up with the big fix 2.
Well, actually, we're on the Big Fix 3.
Oh, the big fix 3. That's right.
That's
That's
okay.
right.
No, we're doing it annually, and we're having such success that we will continue to do it. Now, I have some numbers. You say I'm all about numbers. I got some numbers that I wasn't able to put in your notes, so I've got them all.
Now this
typed out.
happened in 4 days before Halloween, so we're telling
Yeah.
you how the event came out.
Correct. The It's a coordinate, again, with our nonprofits in the community. The Humane Society of Marion County partners with Animal Services with the county, TLC Pet Snip of Marion, and Sheltering Hands, which is one of our local rescues.
Right.
We all get together. We have 3 locations of veterinarians, and they all day long do spay and neutering on community or feral cats. Let me give you some numbers of why we do this. In one day, with 3 locations, we spayed and neutered 383 felines. So here's where that counts.
Here's some crazy numbers, folks.
Here we go.
I know what she's fixing to tell you.
Every year, 1 cat. Wait.
Uno.
1 cat. Well, lifespan. Let's talk lifespan first. 1 cat in their lifespan can have an average of 182 kittens.
1 cat.
1 cat. We did 382 in one day, which prevented 7,000 kittens 1 year.
Right. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
So along with keeping the community and feral cat populations down, this affects public safety because of the some of the diseases are transmitted back and forth between humans and cats, like rabies.
It also helps with safety because I know people that would wreck a car instead of hit a cat. So if one of these feral cats run out in the road or something, I've seen it happen.
Okay, get their names. I want them to help volunteer at the Animal Services.
And the beauty of the thing, I had a local proprietor of a business here that he had a cat problem. And there are some private citizens that go around and they trap and they get these animals neutered or spay,
yes.
and they feed them. And there's this one lady who goes around, they call her the cat lady, and she feeds cats on the boulevard. And so this guy was like, I hate that lady comes and feeds these cats. And I go, you shouldn't. He goes, why? They're just in my parking lot and they're blah. And I go, but she traps them and they have a little nick on their ear, which means they can't procreate.
Correct.
So they're not going to explode with cats around here. And you have outdoor storage where you keep outdoor storage, food stock and stuff out in an outdoor storage area.
And guess who else knows about that?
Those cats keep rats and squirrels from getting in there.
Exactly.
He goes, all right, she can keep feeding the cats then.
That is correct. And we can jump down. You mentioned the nicks on the ears. That's our shelter neuter release program.
Yeah.
Let's see, last year. Well, actually, no. Let's just talk about this year. January 1 through November 2nd. We've already had the SNR program success for almost 1,200 cats. So no more kittens.
Multiply 1,200 times 168 cats.
It's just crazy numbers that we're working with. But part of the, I wanted to do a shout out to our Working Whiskers program. And that is the program where you have a not really feral, not really indoor cat. And we adopt them for free. And what we do is we spay or neuter them and give them to your business, farm, or outdoor warehouse. And they are rodent control. And
they are.
You just promise to feed them.
They are rodent control. And here's the other thing that I don't think people realize. When you spay or neuter feral cats and all that are around there, they quit spraying they quit spraying urine everywhere. You don't hear the massive cat fights late at night and everything because nobody's bowing up because there's no mating going on. There's no territory.
That's right.
There's a lot of other effects that come in from spay or neutering besides just the fact that they're not having babies.
Right. It's more than the quality of life of the cats. It's quality of life for the community, for the human
And like you said, it saves, the SNR program saves its rodent control. It saves otherwise unadoptable cats.
Yep. Working Whiskers.
If you want more information, call the Animal Services Department, 352-671-8700.
That's right.
For more information. Tell us about emergency rental assistance.
Sure. We wanted to make sure that we helped people understand the money flowing into Marion County, because we're going to the feds. If they're going to give us money, we're definitely going to just jump through whatever hoop and red tape that you mentioned before, to make sure that we can get money to people who need it.
You know, though, I love that this is important, but during the economic downturn, you know something that aggravated me is the PPEs that went out to small businesses and everything that were much needed.
Yeah.
If your business was under 2 years old, it was too young and not viable enough for PPE money.
And that's crazy.
I didn't understand that.
Yeah.
Because you know who that hurt? That young lady right over there whose business is less than 2 years old.
Right.
And she got no benefit. She's a small business owner trying to improve Marion County through owning small business. And the
Which is what most
PPE
startups
program,
are. Yeah.
PPE program said, sorry about your damn luck. Hope you make it.
Well, now we're different, right?
So
So
well, after she gets done, talk to her. She may give you somebody you can call.
we can definitely put you in contact. As far as the
But the rental thing though is great. The emergency rental needs.
yeah, we've brought $9.5 million into helping people in Marion County. Period.
In Marion County, just
Marion
here,
County. Yep. through
almost
United
$10
Way.
million.
That's right. United Way has their website ready for applicants and people who are interested.
But you have to have the needs. You have to go through a process. You just can't come say, "Hey, I need some rent money."
Wouldn't that be great?
No, that leads to laziness and people not
Well,
wanting to work.
It does.
No,
I
that would
understand.
not be great.
I see.
Don't
So-
get the Republican in me coming out. Don't do it.
That's fine. I got a red shirt on. We're good. I wanted to let you know that we have helped more than 4,500 people so far, and the average amount that we've helped per applicant is more than $5,000. And that's not coming out of our property taxes. That's not coming out of our state taxes. That is federally funded money.
And finally, last month was free pet adoptions.
Yes.
And this month, free pet adoptions with a non-perishable food item.
Correct. We are
Because we're
collecting
trying to help the
donations.
food banks.
Right.
So
you're
you can get a free pet.
I'm not going to steal the spotlight on that, but you'll hear more about that next week with Commissioner Bryant launching her
Because
annual.
annual Bring Home the Harvest.
That's right. I didn't say it. You
I've
said
been
it.
down on the square with her numerous times for
Yes,
Bring
you
Home the
have.
Harvest.
Yes.
Numerous times. So
You've
we'll
been
talk.
freezing with us.
We will talk. We will talk to Kathy about that. Real quick, got about a minute and a half.
Yes, sir.
You wear red on Fridays.
Yes, sir.
Tell people why you wear red on Fridays.
It's a visual representation of an acronym. It's RED. It's Remember Everyone Deployed. And I don't want to show my age, but I have friends and classmates that are deployed. Now I have classmates with children who are deployed.
Yeah. So not only are your classmates that you are your same age that are deployed, their children are now
Right.
deployed as well.
Yes.
And so we need to remember everyone deployed.
Thank you, sir.
We need to do that. We certainly need to do that. And WOCA is a big proponent of that. I guess with all these road projects, the engineering department's going to have to look at lighting and maybe some shoulder work and everything in Reddick after a 10-year-old was killed in a very tragic accident
That is a
2 mornings
spotlight.
ago.
We do not let those things go uninvestigated. That's for sure. So I'm not sure of the plans.
But I
They
know
have
there's
moved a few projects
right.
up. And that's another reason why even for our crews and any sort of pedestrian, get off your phone. when you're
Pay
driving.
attention.
Yes.
And I know this was a situation where it was very dark out. It was still dark out. Very ill-lit area of the road.
Well, and we have daylight saving time coming up.
So
which
it'll be
will
daylight,
affect-
thank goodness. At that time,
Right.
if it had been next week, it'd have been daylight.
But
May have been able to see him better.
it's going to be darker on your way home.
It will be darker on your way home.
And just stay alert. Get off the phone.
Get off your phones.
Pay attention. Please.
Hands-free driving.
Hands free. Okay, yes.
Yeah,
I was thinking about the steering
that
wheel
means
for a second.
that means off your mobile devices.
like, oh my gosh,
Hands-free. Use your look. My Bluetooth is what I use, and
Yeah.
I can say yes. They say, "Would you like to answer the call?" Yes. You don't have to touch your phone.
Right, and that text can
Hands-free
wait.
driving.
That text can wait, please.
It certainly can. Thanks so much for being here, Stacy.
Yes, sir.
Talk to County Commissioner Kathy Bryant next week,
She
or
can-
2 weeks from now.
2
Is it
weeks
next
from
week?
now. Yes, sir.
Whenever her kickoff thing is. That's what it is. We'll be right back.
Thanks.
WOCA, the source.
Thank you.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
The Justice Department announced Thursday it had filed a lawsuit against the state of Texas and the Texas Secretary of State imposed by Texas Senate Bill 1, which was signed into law in September. The complaint challenges provisions of Senate Bill 1 under Section 208 of the Voting Rights Act and Section 101 of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Attorney General Bill Paxton tweeted, quote, "Biden is coming after Texas for SB 1. It's a great and much-needed bill, ensuring Texas has safe, secure, and transparent elections. I will see you in court, Biden." End quote. Republican Governor Abbott said the bill makes it easier to vote and harder to cheat. President Biden called numerous House lawmakers on Thursday to help rally support for his partisan social spending bill. The bipartisan infrastructure bill passed the Senate and has been stalled in Congress by Democrat Speaker Nancy Pelosi. A Democratic leadership source said the House plans to vote on the two pieces of legislation today. USA Radio News.
With confusion around vaccinations, masks, and public screenings, it's important to know the symptoms of COVID and its variants. Fever is the leading sign, so make sure you use an accurate thermometer for your family. Only the Exergen temporal scanner thermometer has been proven accurate with more than 100 clinical studies. Non-contact thermometers have no clinical evidence behind them and cannot be relied on. Be vigilant and be accurate with Exergen. Learn more at Exergen.com.
Exergen is changing the way the world takes temperature.
Just in time for Christmas, Mike Lindell has dropped the price of the standard classic MyPillow, regularly $69.98 to $19.98. Now, queen and king size slightly higher, but that price includes a free press and pack bag so you can take your MyPillow with you anywhere. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener square, use my promo code USA, or call 1-800-951-8175. Support Mike Lindell and American Jobs and give MyPillow for Christmas.
As many news outlets have called the new...
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
The safety cautions and preparations for tree cutting and felling. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
I was probably a little bit like you. There was a lot of talk about the COVID-19 vaccines. I didn't know what to believe, and I tell you, everyone has an opinion. Some of my friends got vaccinated and some were against it. But I knew this was an important decision, so I went to somebody I already trusted, my doctor. It's your call, so talk to your doctor or healthcare provider and make the decision that's right for you. You can go to getvaccineanswers.org for the latest information. That's getvaccineanswers.org, brought to you by the Ad Council.
Great news, Florida farmers. The Florida legislature has passed hemp legislation allowing hemp to be grown. The alternative crop of the future is coming soon to Florida. With more than 25,000 different uses, hemp is the less water, less fertilizer, cover crop you've been waiting for. I'm Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Fried. Learn the facts about growing hemp at freshfromflorida.com today. That's freshfromflorida.com.
Before the real work of cutting down trees can begin, prep work will make all the difference between success and something much, much worse. As a recent study noted, logging is one of the most dangerous occupations in the U.S., and fatality rates for tree care workers is 30% higher for all workers in the U.S. To begin, always take a good look at the surrounding area where you'll be chopping down a big tree. Look for power lines, vehicles, or outbuildings. If it's near a garden space, make sure the falling tree won't destroy any plants. Then estimate how tall the tree is. Add a little bit of distance just to be safe. Look out for animal habitats as well, especially if you're cutting down trees during fawning season. If it has significantly more branches on one side than any of the others, you can be guaranteed that the tree is going to fall in that direction. This is because there's more weight on that side and it'll naturally pull the tree down. Before making a single cut, plan out 2 escape routes. These will be clear areas that you can leap into if the tree shifts unexpectedly. I'm Kathy Isom, Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on The Source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Rain and a thunderstorm from this morning will continue through this evening and can lead to flooding. High today 72 to 76, low tonight 60 to 68. Then Saturday we'll have variable cloudiness, a cooler day with a brief shower or two and a high of 63 to 72. Sunshine on Sunday, high 69 to 73. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
Come join us at the 40th Annual Downtown Festival and Art Show November 6th and 7th in beautiful downtown Gainesville for a weekend full of art, music, and culture.